Yo, yo.
Man, what up?
Well, we are back
Yerk.
again. DFW Shed Sessions. What is happening?
We live, baby.
We live, and it's
We live,
man,
baby.
I hope you brought your tea, brother. Got the tea, the popcorn, the
We
man.
live, baby. Yeah.
We going in today.
Are y'all gonna behave?
Oh no.
I wouldn't be surprised if I lose a friend or two.
I'm not even finna fake be like, well, do. Nah, we going in tonight.
Yeah, man. It's all in love though.
So yeah, first and
Maybe.
foremost.
No malice intended. let's go ahead and get that out the way. No malice intended.
Yeah, so we back. Welcome DFW Shed Sessions Podcast. Got my good brother J Ell Groove.
Tis I.
We got the beautimous Professor Mel Will.
Hey.
And I am Lucius White.
Yeah.
And so first thing, I wanna start off easy. So how was y'all guys' weekend? Did y'all get out, do anything interesting or any crazy gigs?
I did.
Okay.
So I went to this poetry spot. It's called the Brown Sugar Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really dope. My cousin, shout out to Ray.
Uh-huh.
He did a one of his pieces, and I had never heard him do any type of spoken word or anything like that, but it was so dope. And the last, and I know you can't see me, Lou.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The last poetry thing that I went to, it was from Ty Ford when he did the wine cellar.
Oh, shout out to the good brother Ty Ford.
Yes,
Man.
prayers up for him as well. But yeah, so that was the last, and that was like many moons ago. So
Poetic
it
wine
was
cellar.
Okay.
Yeah, the wine cellar. So it was really dope to experience that this weekend. That's what I did. Oh, and then I went to church.
Oh, that's nice. Good old, hey man, you can't go wrong with some good
and I
old
went to church.
Just had to have that little bit up in there. So man, any I'm pretty sure you had some gigs, my good brother.
Yeah, man. Photo gigs and I had a gig or two, man. Shout out to my family member Mark Ayers.
Mm-hmm.
Did some work for him. He's a coach in a little football league. I want to say Pee Wee football. I don't know if it's Pee Wee, because Pee Wee is like toddlers, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's not Pee Wee. These are like I want to say, but somewhere between high school and middle school. And went out there, did some work for him, did a couple other things, man. Had some gigs with some good people this weekend. So yeah, it was a decent weekend. What about yourself?
That's cool. So, man, I played all weddings. Friday it was a wedding. Saturday wedding.
You get tired of wearing your suit.
Sunday, man. Let me tell you something.
Every time I see you on the gig, you got a suit on.
Yeah, we have to wear. That is the basically the band uniform. The white shirt, vest, and black tie. I have like 5 dress shirts, white dress shirts, and those basically go to the cleaners once a month.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Y'all, we live tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know normally we do everything in post, man. So, man, just interact with us, man. This is gonna be interactive as well. So, man, comment. You can ask us questions. You can do all that good stuff, man. So, if just let us know you here. Let us know you here. Let us know you checking it out, man. If y'all want to comment, say something, man. We'll shout you out or something like that. Possibly, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing nothing, tell a friend, let somebody know, hey, man, check them out. So, we live tonight, baby.
Yep.
We live tonight. We
live, too. Yeah, but speaking of that, man, I want to shout out to the guests that we had so far, man. We had some great guests.
Oh, for sure.
From Mark Ayers. Shout out to Mark Ayers. We had Quentin Moore. We had Rachel Patman. There we go. Rachel Patman. Bo Dove. Man, yeah, we
Bo Dove. Felix. We had Felix in the building.
Yeah.
Y'all
Cayenne Marty.
Yep.
Y'all will see
my brother Dwight Williams.
Y'all will see that one in a little bit. Y'all will see Dwight Williams Jr. Y'all will see the good brother Aaron Reaver. He came and blessed us with his
Yeah.
presence, man. We've had some dope guests, man. Some dope DJ Judy B. We've had some dope guests, some dope,
Lawyer.
you know, Lawyer Turner. Can't forget about the young homie Lawyer Turner. Man, we've had some super. I feel like, am I missing somebody?
I feel like you are.
Bo
because-
Dove, Zach Gilliam.
Zach,
Yeah,
yeah,
Zach.
Zach.
Because I was about to say we missing a white. That's what I was about to say. I was like, wait, there was.
Cause we gotta make sure we good on our equal opportunity quota. So we need all.
Yeah.
So yeah, the good homie Zach, man, and we got so many more dope guests coming to bless us with their presence, man. We've just been having some really good conversations, some getting some real good information, man, from all sides of the game, from in front of the microphone, behind the microphone, our good brother D'Anthony. That's who
D'Anthony McGee.
Anthony. Oh,
D'Anthony
and
McGee.
Ben.
Ben Parker.
And Ben Parker.
Ben Parker, man.
Man,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
We
sitting here
had some
naming.
people, bro. See, but I knew, when I
interviews.
thought this earlier, but I'm like, I know it's somebody I'm gonna leave it. I just know it is.
Yeah,
Man, so think about this though, man. Out of all of those people we named, what if we took all of that and put a band together, man?
That would
Out
be
of all of those people,
that would be
That
was
would
on
be an
stage.
overkill.
That was on stage at the same time, man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we've had some, like I said, man. We're very selective about who we get in. We don't get anybody in that we consider, don't have anything or haven't contributed anything, to the DFW, music scene and stuff like that, or just to the music scene, period. We everybody that we get on, we highly respect them. We're fans of theirs, man. And
Yep.
we get people on the show, show them that we appreciate them as well, give them their flowers. Now we don't have real flowers to give.
Not
you
even
people.
a fake one.
We don't have fake ones either, man. But for those of y'all that we've called, and
Keep it in your imagination.
for those of y'all that we called, man, we do want y'all to know that we appreciate y'all for coming and blessing us with your presence, man, giving us some good game and good knowledge or whatever, and we appreciate y'all, man. We also appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yep.
JJ, we see you. Q Moore, we see you. Kevin Knight, we
Yep.
see you, man. Appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, man. And man, it's gonna be a good one, man. We just chopping it up tonight, man.
Yeah. So
we chopping it up tonight, man.
So Jay, man, I have a question, man.
What up, though? Oh, before you do that,
Go ahead.
real quick, I'm obligated to do this because I am a veteran, but today is Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Today is Memorial Day. Good people, just FYI, and I can't get. I be wanting to get irritated, but I can't because some people genuinely just don't know, especially because of how it's marketed or whatever. Memorial Day isn't necessarily a holiday.
I knew you was gonna speak on it.
I mean, well, I have to because, and the only reason I have to do that is because I don't want anybody to say something to the wrong person or to the wrong, some vets are more serious and sensitive than others about, certain stuff. So, it's weird to us when you come to us and say, hey, happy Memorial Day. Well, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, a couple of us, we've lost friends and family and stuff like that to, people who had that uniform on, whether it was from themselves, whether it was from the enemy, or whether it was from, somebody who had on the same uniform they did. And, for whatever reason they joined the military, whether it was being patriotic, whether they just needed a way out or whatever the case may be. They went in with that goal and, they wound up losing their lives. So Memorial Day is just more so a moment to just honor them as opposed to, do whatever. Now, I mean, if that person was a party person and they like to throw barbecues and in their honor you want to throw a barbecue, cool, whatever. But it's just weird when you tell a vet Happy Memorial Day. Now, Happy Veterans Day, we'll take that. But, so I just want to put that out there real quick.
So
Patrick Stuckey, we see you. DJ Judy B, we see you. Shout out.
Speaking of holidays, did you know I was years old when I found out there was like a musician or music day?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I read up on that.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it like in March?
Well, one that I see, I just Googled it. It's called World Day of Music.
I only know about Steak and BJ Day. That's it.
This may be different. It may be one you talking about, but it says World Day of Music, June 21st, 2023, National Today. Okay.
Well, happy Musicians Day.
It ain't even came yet.
Well, when it get there, happy Musicians Day, people.
But I was about a few years old when I figured out that there was a Siblings Day. It wasn't until Facebook when people started saying Happy Siblings Day. I'm like, it's a Siblings Day?
I know you don't see those every year.
Yeah, I see them every year since probably 2014, 2013. Before then, all I knew was Mother's Day and Father's Day.
I just be wanting to know, where is this committee that's getting together
signing these holidays?
That's saying that today is White Tennis Shoe Day. Right, where is this committee?
It's Nike Day. Speaking of Nikes,
right. You know what I'm saying? But Lou Paul, man, let's get into it.
So I want to dab into this. So
let's talk about it. In the words of K. Lou.
So far as your definition, an arrogant musician. What is your definition of an arrogant musician?
An arrogant musician. My definition of an arrogant musician is a musician, and I'm not going to pull a you. I'm not going to say a musician that's arrogant. I would say a musician who, make sure I word it properly. A musician who pretty much feels like they're better than what they are.
Okay.
A musician who feels like they can't learn anything. A person who feels like they can't learn anything. They can't take any advice. They're too good to even to get helpful criticism, anything like that. That's somebody who's extremely arrogant and probably won't last long in the game.
Okay.
To me, that's an arrogant musician.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to get to this topic because throughout my years, actually, I want to say about a month or two ago, my brother had called me, and he was talking with this other guy that's a musician, and I think it was two musicians having a conversation, and my name came up, and one of them said, "Oh yeah, he arrogant." Talking about me. He like
arrogant.
And
you very arrogant.
and the other guy like, why you say that? Well, because he don't hardly say nothing. He don't talk to nobody and this and that. He said, what they got to do with Eric? That has nothing to do with
Yeah. So what happens, because I think it's one of the things where it's like if you don't do a certain level of being friendly, I'm gonna use that word for now. If you don't do a certain level of being friendly to certain people, they'll take some type of offense to that, and then they'll come up with their own conclusion about the type of person that you are. Right? Like even outside of the stage, I've had people say, "Oh man, before I met you, I thought you was this way, and you actually, once I got to know you, actually this way." And it's like, oh, well, yeah, you gotta get to know somebody first before you. Now, if Buddy heard you say something or you handled dude a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Then of course, yeah, at that point you might be arrogant, but just simply, kind of, being in your own zone, kind of, being more focused on the gig and this is that and the other, whatever. That alone doesn't make you arrogant.
Yeah.
Kevin said that sounds like projection of their own insecurities.
That happens a lot too, man.
Yeah,
that happens a lot. Speaking of which, what I hate?
What's that?
I hate these old. I hate these little bro ass dudes, man. Like, bro, you 3 months older than me, man. I'm not your little bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't call me little bro. Don't call me Neff. I ain't like you 3 months older than me.
Now
and this is what so
I heard that floating around them, especially the uncle and nephew term.
So this is and there's a reason why I say that, right? Because the thing about it is, for me,
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I think you can tell if you pay attention. You can tell the spirit in which people do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can kind of tell where somebody's coming from when they do
like with the arrogance.
Yeah, when
like
they do and say certain stuff right now.
Or when they call themselves trying to read a person and they call them uncle or nephew.
Right.
Gotcha.
So what happens is a lot of times cats will hit you with that
You my son.
little bro thing, and it's not out of because you take the term of big brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain responsibility that come with that.
Yeah.
Certain responsibility that come with the term or phrase big brother, right? You've done big brother things. You've shown yourself as a big brother,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I have people in my life, even though I'm an adult, I'm still going to address them as big brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they've done big brother things,
Mm-hmm.
right? I feel like if we're not related, if we not related, and you've done nothing big brother for me, you know what I'm saying? You're not better than me in any type of way.
Yeah.
There's no advice you can offer me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? None of that stuff, bro. I'm not your little. We can be homies.
Yeah.
We can even be bros. But you're not my big. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people just they put that emphasis on, oh, that's my little brother. Like, what the fuck you mean, little brother? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta watch people like that, bro.
Yeah,
you really
man.
gotta watch people like that. Like, as man, we got Patrick Stuckey on the line, man. Pat, somebody like him, that's a big bro to me.
Yeah.
That's
Is that age wise or is that experience?
Both, because he old as shit. He is
Patrick, I didn't say that.
Patrick is old, bro. Like he 2 years away from AARP membership.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, so back to this back to this arrogance thing. So I have another story. I think I was in college, and I came back home for the break, and the church I was playing at when I was in high school, I would go back to that church and play from time to time. So at this point, I was kind of at the place of playing to where I think all of us be at a place where if the music is kind of whack, you really don't want to play it at all.
For sure.
Or you really not feeding into that energy of playing. And so I was at church, and they was having a praise team rehearsal or something. And the guy that was over praise team, I forgot what song it was. I didn't know the song, but it was one of them. To me, it's like a corny song.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was playing it, I really didn't want to play, and he kind of saw my energy. And then he like, well, if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. And he kind of had an attitude behind it. So later, I guess that same night, whatever, he went and had words with my brother. He like, yeah, your brother arrogant.
So this is a whole nother situation.
It's a whole nother situation. Christ. And I'm like, he took
so that's number two?
How you take arrogant out of that? I
don't know, bro.
That's the second time somebody called you arrogant.
That's funny, man.
I
So
don't know, bro. I don't know.
You changed
man.
that.
You might be, man. You might be a little arrogant.
Hey, man.
You smelly.
You need to do better.
I guess so, man.
You're starting to smell like the shit you're sitting in. So you might want to check the crack of your ass.
Oh, man.
I was saying, man. You
Man.
want
I don't know, man. I guess it was growing on me. That was back in my college days, and it was just a couple months ago somebody told me I was arrogant, man.
Now, why? Like, I've met some band leaders who are just now, like, they not even. I'm not gonna say they ain't made it, but like, we know you because we know you and the people in your band because y'all done recycled, right? Now, my thing is band leaders or band people who create their own band, they become arrogant because they know they may have some fire people that's a part of their band. But it's like, unless y'all coming to the table with something that's original or coming to the table with something that's fire and ain't nobody doing, I'm really like, your arrogance is a moot point at that point. Cause like you're not showing me nothing different that I ain't seen before. But I feel like band leaders have that real bad where I got such and such in my band, or I got such and so they walk with this air.
Oh, talking about because of people they have in their band.
Yeah, and it's like, unless you doing something different, you really like. This person is playing in this other band that I just saw last night.
So
it's not nothing original. So what kind of your arrogance is kind of like stupid at this point.
So let me clean that up for you, right? And actually tell on myself, right?
You don't have to clean it up.
Right. I'm gonna tell on myself because hopefully somebody learned from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say at one point in time when I started my band, I had a certain level of arrogance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first started, I felt like I had to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I rarely asked my band for their opinion on anything. I rarely included them when it came to the decisions or anything like that. Even would have band members say, "Hey, yo, what if we try this?" And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool."
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever. But then would turn around and tell the guys, "Hey, guys, this is your band too."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I've grown out of that now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a certain level of since you brought up band leaders, I think that's a certain level of arrogance that band leaders do have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, you don't have to do everything yourself. I think a good band leader is going to hire everybody better than them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in my band, so I have Mike Pugh, I have Patrick Stuckey, I have Bo Dove, I have Ben Parker on bass, or even or my nephew PJ Pugh on bass. If I have a guitar player, shout out to the homie Hedris, Jeremy Jackson and Kingston Livingston. I've had those guys rock guitar for me. So I just named. I've had subs, but that's the core, right?
Yeah.
So, even background singers. I've had Ruby Miller, Ivy. I've had Devontae Thornton, Indigo Jones. When I grew up a little bit and matured a little bit as a band leader, what I did was I started making sure whoever's in that position is better than me. Now I'm the better facilitator, just like a head coach. If you're a head coach, your defensive coordinator should be better than you. Your offensive coordinator should be better than you. Your special teams guy, your assistant coach, they should be better than you, and you facilitate all of the talent that's around you. And then y'all make a good product as a team. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? It's not many decisions that I make by myself and I don't hit up Mike Pugh. Like, hey, bro, what you think about this, blah, blah, blah. Who do you think we should get on to sub for, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever. I wasn't doing that at first. And I think that was a part of the reason why we became stagnant at first. Because I was making all the decisions myself. Okay. And so I think that's a level of arrogance. Kind of going back to, can't nobody really tell you nothing. You can't learn nothing. Because people have this thing where, it's the leader, it's my band, it's my baby. So I feel like I guess I have to protect it at all costs. Yeah. And I have to make sure like it's kind of like somebody saying whenever credit is given, I want to be able to say, oh yeah, I did that. I did that. Oh, whatever. And it's like, yo, I don't think you're going to be very successful. You're probably not going to, because everything that you do, you take this, what we got going on, man. Yeah. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this panel, on this podcast, does something in order for this train to move.
Yeah.
It's not one person doing everything. And I think that's part of the reason why we've made, made a little bit of noise.
Yeah.
Right here, you know what I'm saying? And that's in everything. So band leaders, man, like if you have a solid team, let your team work their magic in what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like let your team, let somebody first of all, you have to admit that they are better than you at that, you know what I'm saying, in that particular field. And then once you do that, go ahead and give them that thing, man. Go ahead and give them that thing and let them work that thing. And then y'all build it up, and then that way you'll be able to, go further than what you by yourself can take somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, so during my college days, there's a musician friend I used to hang with. I was actually probably my last year getting ready to exit from college, and he was coming in. But we were around the same age. He just came in later. But he was trying to find himself a church to play at, whatever. And some church he was at, I guess some things, I don't know if it was the pastor of the church that kind of said some things that might have rubbed the wrong way with him. And I guess their budget wasn't with what he was looking for. And I remember he said, yeah, man, see, I don't even know why they tripping, but I ain't tripping because they can't afford me anyway. Now, does that sound arrogant?
That's a little arrogant.
Yeah, okay.
That's more than a little arrogant.
Can't afford.
Because what if you suck?
Well,
and you got that mentality, like even if you don't suck, that's just not a good mentality to have. They can't afford me.
Well, in some cases you should. In some cases, and I try to live in the gray. There's black, there's white, and there's gray, right? And I'm a devil's advocate. I'm always playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
I do think that there are some situations where it's okay to say, yo, what y'all are asking for, you know what I'm saying? What y'all are asking for versus what I have to offer, versus what y'all are willing to give. Yeah, I might not be in y'all budget. I think that's okay sometimes.
I mean, but okay.
I'm not.
From that point of view,
I might not be in your budget. Like if you know that I bring this type of heat.
Yeah.
And this could be whatever. This could be at a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I feel like, hey man, like set your standard. Set your standard. Set your limit. More so, be able to deliver. Be able to deliver, but say whatever it is, and it's like if that person can't afford you, I think it's okay sometimes. But I'm talking about looking at everything from a realistic point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like, all right, bro, to go to a church, and say, and you do nothing. You do absolutely all you do is show up on Sunday morning, and play for, however. And mind you, you could be that dude that show up, play, and then you got to dip to go to your next service and be like, oh yeah, bro, I need 600 a Sunday. Is that really realistic? Is it realistic to be that guy and say, yo, I need 500-600 a Sunday, but you do nothing during the week. You don't even choose the tunes. You know what I'm saying?
Show up.
You just show up, play. You gotta leave before the pastor leave to get to your next service. But
and you asking for 600.
At that point, yeah. But like somebody with that saying they can't afford me. Nah, yeah, that's arrogant.
Yeah.
So Kevin got a question. He said, I have a question kind of along these lines. He said, when the personnel isn't chosen, and I'm assuming the personnel is like maybe the band leader or whoever, but the bandmates, when the personnel isn't chosen and there are many leaders, what are ways you guys will try to rein that into a team? Basically, what do you do when people want to play against each other rather than with each other?
Well, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
because I've seen it.
I need to I need
yeah.
to digest that a little bit. Go ahead, Lou. You got it.
Well, me personally, I just stopped playing and just I'll let y'all have it.
When the personnel is in charge.
Yeah, that's basically people just playing over each other, and it sounds like a whole bunch of chaos because nobody's playing the music or playing with each other to make the music sound good.
From my point of view, Mr. Kevin Knight, I think I would have to know what is my position.
Yeah,
I would have to know. I would have
yeah.
to know what is my, first of all, like in that situation, what is my position? If my position is just to just to be there, like if I'm not over anything or hitting anything, then I'm the type cat, I kind of mind the business that pay me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mind the business that pay me, and then you know, as long as it doesn't get to the point where it messes with my own mental stability, then I just, you know, I whoever job that is, I let that person handle it. Now, if I'm the one that's over that situation, I'm just gonna be very mindful about the team that I choose.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? If there's a situation where you know, kind of like you said, everybody wants to play with each other, and like you have to pick out, okay, who's the one that's not work wittable, because at that point I don't care about your talent.
Mm-hmm.
You're causing other issues that, you know what I'm saying, is like your talent will open doors for you that your attitude will close.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you could be as talented or whatever. If I can't work with you, if you're the thing that's causing this whole thing to, you know what I'm saying, then at that point I gotta let you go. That's if I'm from a leader point of view.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm just there and that's not really my call to say who comes and goes and stuff like that, I'm just gonna mind the business who pay me.
Yeah,
That ain't never
me.
made y'all feel some type of way when whatever band you're a part of or whatever band you put together, you have more than one individual that's in there that's just kind of like causing all this chaos and misunderstanding. Like that does, like, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, whether what if it is a bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure at some point you have to make that tough decision and be like, all right, then bye.
Well,
you know.
Well, so for me, I've been in that situation before. Should I say the name or not?
Say
it. I won't, because I just don't want. But anyway, a good family member of mine. Good family member. I'm actually currently in his band.
This must be the 3-month-old big bro.
He never called me little bro. He never called me little bro.
Okay.
So, but yeah, but I'm currently in his band now, and there was a situation where it was this one band member, hella talented in many different ways, very talented, man. But it was this one band, like, he would get drunk, he would get belligerent, he would be high, he would be all that, and then it got to a point to where he started messing with me. Like I was always, for whatever reason, I was always on his radar to fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And it got to a point for me where it's like, all right, bro, I'm about to run you in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to that point. So before it got to that point, it just became too much. And then my thing is, you know, my brother, the thing about it is, I was like, bro, you have a brand. Mm-hmm. You have a brand. This actually has a potential to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you let this stay, if you let this guy stay, then it's going to turn, like, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, it's not going to become nothing. Mm-hmm. And this is actually, I understand, you know, y'all are friends and all that, but this is actually going to tarnish your brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because guilty by association is a mother, dude. Mm-hmm. Right? So it got to the point for me to where I was like, yo, before I disrespect you and your brand, and before, you know, anything just happened that wound up getting out of everybody's control, I'm going to step away. If he going to be on stage, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, And then, you know, my bro came to me. He was like, man, like, is there any possible way that we can? I said, nah, bro. I done gave Buddy too many chances, man.
Yeah.
Well, Buddy, you know, my brother was like, yeah, Buddy, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that wound up happening. You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely been in that situation before, but it's just that in that situation, my brother, you know, kind of came to the light, as you were saying, and then, you know, he looked out.
So since we talking about these conflicts with band members, or I'm pretty sure you've had this situation to where you played on a gig, whether it's service or just a gig period, where two people trying to MD.
I have.
Recently.
Was it recently?
We need one MD. That is all.
No. Well, okay, yeah, I have. I have. Not necessarily recently. I feel like you're trying to take me down the road. I don't feel like you're trying to make me lose a friend. But no, I've been in that. I've been in that. But that kind of go back to what I was saying. Like, I'm mind the business that pay me.
Yeah,
because I wasn't either MD. So
yeah, so I played this funeral a couple of years ago on bass, and this funeral. So the way the setup is that we had in the ears and there was a talk back.
A damn talk back, Mike.
So there was evidently who has the talk back is the MD, right?
Right.
So we going through service, and the MD, she's gotten us through whatever, and then I think we was playing the shout music or something, and it was another keyboard player, and he in the back trying to call, go here, go there, and this and that, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro.
right.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
okay, now is he trying to do this? Is he trying to do this over her, or is it like is he having something where he hears something, and like which one is it?
It's probably kind of both.
Because I again, there go my devil's advocate. I do think that there's space to where you have a set MD, but like it even happens in, like we like in my band we've had some like I'm the MD in my band, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, I got Bo Dove on keys with me, and there'll be times where I'm MDing, I'm doing what I'm doing, and then like once I'm done giving instructions, they've done whatever, and I get back to the crowd, and then he'll hit something, and I'll turn around, I'll be like, ooh, everybody do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or he'll be like, hey, bass, go here, and then that. So I think there's space for that.
Oh yeah. See, no, that wasn't.
And if it's just somebody trying to take over, then that's not cool.
Yeah. He seemed like he was trying to take over or something, and I'm like, I'm following the person with the talk back. I'm not finna follow you. Right. I'm following this person. Right. I just kept on that person.
Right.
I'm like,
it's a shame that's going on at a funeral. Bro.
Yeah.
This ain't even a regular church.
Right. Right, man. I'm like, yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Lou, if I mean, because I know at the moment you don't necessarily necessarily have. You know what? Skip that question. I got a better question for you. Do you run into a conflict? Do you ever run into a conflict where, because we all know that there's a difference between a session musician and a live musician, right? Mm-hmm. And they both have their place. Mm-hmm. Have you ever ran into somebody to where like, let's say you ran into that live musician that played a session, and it was like, bro, it's a session, it's not a live. Like you're gonna have to.
I haven't from one. I haven't. I've probably only done like maybe 2-3 studio sessions. Mm-hmm. I haven't done many sessions. But I do know the difference between doing a live, doing a live session, doing a studio session. But the times I've done them, I never had that issue.
Yeah, man. Doing a studio session versus playing live. Live, you can open up a little bit more depending on what it is that you're doing. But it's like from a producer standpoint, man, they love pocket. They love, you know, they love not necessarily putting you in a box, but it's like, all right, bro. Especially if you're a drummer. Yeah. Especially if you're a drummer, it's like, bro, you don't necessarily. And again, it all depends on what you're being asked to do. So let me put that out there too. It does depend on what you're being asked to do. There's room for everything, but at the same time, man, like this being a session drummer, that this probably not the best time to pull out every single chop.
Yeah, right.
Like all the chops, bro.
Yeah,
maybe a pity pat here or two, but all the chops, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not time. I was just wondering if you because I know you produce and stuff like that. So
So far as like when I'm in that mode, far as producing or being a session musician, I think in the mentality of this is something that's going to be recorded and somebody probably going to hear this over and over and over again. So I always try to think just simple, less as possible.
Yeah.
Especially less then the artist, because your position is to accompany the artist and try to fit the art of that artist.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I tell people most times it's my job to play what you hear.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you hired me because you saw my talent and you saw what I could add to it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's my job to play what you hear. And I think if you go into any situation like that, if you're playing for somebody, if you go into any situation like that, man, shout out to one of the homies, man, Jeff Jones. That's a perfect example, man. Uncle Jeff. They call him Uncle Jeff. He whenever he does his shows, man, he puts together a monster band.
Okay.
He puts together a monster band, and he just have dude, like you go to a Jeff Jones show where he's playing his original tunes, man. He puts together monster band, monster singers and stuff like that. And what I appreciate about that is like they're really like when you listen to his project and then turn around and mind you, like him putting on the show is going to be every blue moon, and I respect that he does it the right way because he funds everything. He doesn't go to a lot of venues asking, hey, whatever. Like he goes, he gets his money up, he funds his stuff, he pays all his musicians, all that stuff. Excuse me. And my point is, like, when you go to one of his shows, when you hear his tunes, and then you go to one of his shows,
Mike Pugh, what up?
You see the essence of Big Mike. You see the essence of you know what I'm saying, the musicians actually following him and playing through him. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's definitely important, being somebody who's playing somebody else's music. Yeah. When you play your own music, you can play whatever you want to play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you're backing somebody and playing for somebody else, you definitely want to get to a point to where you're actually listening to what they're asking for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get fired real quick going somewhere trying to do you. For sure. You know what I'm saying?
So I know you got some more stuff to talk about, man. I know we just getting warmed up, brother. We easing on up, brother. Ease on down the road.
We can go ahead and get into it. Oh man, we can go ahead and get into it, man. I mean, if you want to talk about shitty band leaders and management, we can.
Is that the next topic?
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Everyone's so lovely.
We could talk about it, man. Just terrible band management. Band management. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. In my personal opinion, man. One, I feel like if you're going to manage a band, especially full time, or manage a band, manage an artist, I feel like the best bands or managers, one, they at least know about music. Yeah. they know about music, they know about branding and whatever. Another thing is if you're managing, if the person that you're managing is related to you in some way, shape, or form, or close to you in some way, shape, or form. Let's just say, I don't know, your wife or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Another thing you that shouldn't be done is y'all personal house issues shouldn't come to the gig.
Okay.
Say it with your chest in.
You feel what I'm saying? None of that.
Terrible.
You know what I'm saying? None of that should come to the gig. You know what I'm saying? And then too, you have to have, I'm not going to say you have to, because obviously a lot of people don't. But you have to have some type of ethic about you if you want to be. See, me like you don't have to like me, but I appreciate, and I can say this boldly, I'm respected out here. For the people who know me, you know what I'm saying? I am respected. You're respected. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you might not come out all the time. You might not be one of the popular people. You might not be one of the cool kids or whatever. But at the end of the day, leave me alone, Mike. But at the end of the day, you're respected. Yeah. It says something about you when 80% of the music community got something negative to say about you.
And saying the same thing.
Man.
And saying the exact same thing, bro. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, there's nothing about that make you say, yo, I may or may not need to reevaluate something.
You know, I didn't come here to preach to you today.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing about that dude that make you want to, you know. So it's like, bro, and even for me, I'm real big on communication, man. There's this couple. There's this couple out of Fort Worth. There's this couple out of Fort Worth, man.
Be easy as Fort Worth.
And hey, man, I didn't do it. I'm not even gonna blame it on Fort Worth, because it's even Fort Worth people be like, nah, bro, I don't fuck with them like that, bro. But so everybody got even Dallas got bad apples, man. Sheesh, Dallas got bad apples.
Y'all got your tea? You got your tea tonight?
You know what I'm saying? It's this couple
enjoying your popcorn.
And you know, I'm a keep it respectful as possible. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no. And I'm saying this. I'm saying what I'm saying, not out of malice, or anything. I'm just hoping that maybe whoever sees this learns something, learns what, like, how to move.
Mike says, say their
Don't
names.
do it. Don't do it.
I'm with you, Mike. Please.
No, I'm not gonna do that, because
don't do it. You gonna get me sued, Doc.
Because the intent isn't to be messy. The intent isn't to be messy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do that. Whatever. However, it's like, bro. Like, you have to know when you're managing a band or when you're running a band, like, communication, bro. Proper communication is like all that's gonna do. That's gonna set your team up. So I knew there were names attached. That's gonna set your team up and you up to be more successful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you were talking about arrogance earlier. When you go into a situation where your demeanor is, well, I don't feel like I have to, I don't feel like on some real diva shit. Like, I don't feel like I have to communicate. I don't. You know what I'm saying? When that's your demeanor, it's like, how do you expect? It's like, yeah, people are going to think that you're shady if you don't properly communicate. Yeah. People are going to think that you're shady. People are going to think that you, you know what I'm saying, that there's a whole bunch of back-ended stuff going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you coming at, dude, especially when you coming at people, especially when you telling people, well, like, bro, like the weirdest is when they say, I can't pay you this much because I'm doing all of this marketing. Where's your marketing? Where like what marketing, bro? What you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What marketing? What this and what that? You know, like,
I ain't never seen a flyer.
Man, well, I've seen flyer, but bro, like, the flyers that I be seeing, I can do it 5 minutes on my phone, bro.
So
you know what I'm saying?
No type of.
So it's like, really, like, you're not paying the band tips because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mike said he's still looking.
Still looking for it.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you got people like that, man, that's and the thing about the talent is there.
Mm-hmm.
The talent is there, but it's like when you got people like that trying to be prominent factors in the music community, man, it's like that's just it, man. It's like there's a reason your turnaround rate in your bands is high. It's a reason why. Is a reason why, you know, barely anybody want to play with y'all. It's like it's a reason for that. Again, I'm not saying this. I'm not necessarily saying this to be messy, anything like that. But it's like, bro, business ethic is everything.
Yep.
Business and yeah, you've seen shady people go far, but I guarantee you they will not stay there.
They can only go so far.
I was just about to say, because of course I know who you're talking about, but it's one of those things. You know how everybody was like, "Who's keeping Arby's in business?" My thing is like, who keep booking these people?
Question.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, Arby's curly fries talk.
I mean, Arby's chicken tenders are fire, but all I'm saying is that's always my question when it comes to these bands. The band that you're speaking about, you know, like at some point, because you got to wonder that their business ethics and how they handle the band, you have to wonder if they handling the venues and the people who's paying them the same way.
Of course not. What's happening is they pocketing the money.
Yep.
That is two things. One, they're keeping that money, and then two, cats are looking for a quick dollar. You know what I'm saying? Cats are gonna look for a quick dollar. But my issue with that is, all right, bro, I understand. Like, I will never tell anybody. I will never tell anybody or try to stop anybody from getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? You got a family, you got bills, you got all that stuff, right? But if we in a group chat, right? And I say like, yo, there's an issue with this. Yo, there's an issue with the fact that you hired us for because I'm an independent contractor. Yeah. I'm not signed to you. You know what I'm saying? It's work for hire, all of that stuff, right? So it's an issue when 1 week you say, yo, we got this gig for this amount of dollars. And then 2 weeks later you forget what you told us, and then you send us all a text and say, yo, we got this gig for less amount of dollars.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We got this gig for less. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the only one. Yeah. I'm the only one that said something, right? I'm the only one that said something. But then you turn around and call me, and we on the phone for an hour and a half, and you telling me how much you agree. Well, bro, if we agree, why am I the only one who's now? So now what happens is I'm the asshole.
Right.
I'm the one that's hard to work with. I'm the one that's, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I'm the one that's hard to work with. I'm the you know, whatever. But you just worried about it. But then got the nerve to call me brother. Then you call me brother, but you leave me hanging when there's some fuck shit going on.
Oh, it's big brother. Right.
Nah. Out of here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm out there, and now I'm the one. But again, every time I say something, every time whatever, you call me and vent to me for an hour and a half about how you agree. Well, bro, if you agree. And mind you, there's a way you can do that. Even when I did it, there's a way you can do it respectfully.
So he talked you for a whole hour and a half about agreeing.
Yeah, but didn't agree publicly.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
That was a waste of your anytime minutes, brother.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know, cats looking for a quick dollar, and they're willing to put up with that. You know
I can't
what I'm saying?
respect that though. I really can't respect that, because at some point, especially if you have the same grievances as me, there is I hate when, because that kind of stuff happens in corporate, right? Something comes down the pipe and everybody has an issue with it, and everybody collectively start talking about it. But then when it comes time for somebody to say something, you know,
Lonely Island. Lonely Island.
Yeah. And I can't respect that. I don't care if it's a quick dollar or not. I don't care if you need gas money or not. I can't respect a mentality because at some point, I think it was this person in the comment named Gordon, integrity is like everything. And says, and at some point, your integrity is going to have to take precedence over the money.
Yeah.
Because how far you, at some point, like, you have to sit there and say, okay, is this gonna mess up my character, or is this gonna mess up my relationship with other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, like, that bothers me. I hate a pick-me person, but then behind closed doors, you have something to say about the whole operation.
And again, I've never asked anybody or expected anybody to, you know, I wouldn't ask you to give up the bag. I wouldn't ask you to mess up whatever it is that you got going on, right? But my thing is one, there's a way, you know what I'm saying, musicians can and like you said, stick together. Shout out to I don't know if
shout out to my good brother Gordon.
Okay.
That's Gordon.
Is that Gordon or Tamika?
Well,
Because
Gordon Pope. It says
both.
Gordon and Tamika, but Gordon Pope. Which is another person we definitely got to get on the podcast.
Okay, because you know, because y'all people with
That's
these
that's an OG right there.
well, y'all people with these joint Facebook accounts be confusing me sometimes. I don't know. But nah, shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, man, and it's like, and it's like, you know, nobody's asking you to give up the bag, or nobody's asking you to mess up your finances or anything like that. But I put it to you like this. This my whole time out here doing this music entertainment thing full time. I've been able to do it and keep my integrity.
Yeah.
Like that same residency that I had with those people. I had a Tuesday night residency with them. I lost that. A week and a half later, I got another residency.
You didn't lose it.
Well, I didn't lose it because I walked away from that situation.
Right.
I walked away from that situation. But it's like, it's Gordon. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I walked away from that situation and God let me know, okay, you probably didn't need to be in that situation anyway, because here pop up this another residency. You know what I'm saying? That was paying the exact same thing and less work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got tips. Look at that. And he's able to promote it. And we still, you know what I'm saying? Which is less work and more convenient. Cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that, man. Again, you have to get to a point to where you can get out of your own way and say, okay, there's a reason all of this stuff is being said. We have to sit down and reevaluate, what is it that I'm doing wrong? What is it that we're, you know what I'm saying? How can we do this better and still be respected?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? How can, like, it, bro, there's a reason why, 80% of the musicians are saying that, man, they still owe me money.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason for that. Now, not me. They don't owe me any money.
Yeah.
But the communication is trash, bro. Everything y'all doing make it look like y'all are shady.
Janky.
Janky, dude.
Janky promoters.
Is that the reputation that you want as an entertainer, bro?
Ooh, okay, Gordon, he said it works when we realize that God is our booking agent.
You feel what I'm saying? Even with those same people, they had the real big gig. Big. It was out of town. It was out of town. The you know what I'm saying? Cool. Well, I had walked away by then, so whatever. I missed that. But then the same day that they was on that gig, wound up getting a gig that made more money here, and I didn't have to get on nobody plane.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you can keep your integrity. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to not be popular. It's okay. Like, I don't mind being a bad guy. Just make sure you tell the whole story. Yeah. I say that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to have that label if you're if you're doing everything in the right spirit. You feel what I'm saying? If you're doing what you're supposed to do in the right spirit, all of that stuff will come back to you, bro. Yeah. If you stand up for what it is that's supposed to be right, if you walk away from that gig or walk away from that bad energy or whatever, it'll come back to you, and it'll come back to you better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back to you better than you know what I'm saying, what you walked away from. But you have to have some type of, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to tuck your tail for a quick check, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that. That's my TED Talk.
Yeah, man. Well, I gotta say,
That's
man,
my TED Talk, bro. But it's like shout out to the homie Ebony. Ebony, she made a post on her. She made a post talking about, like, you know, band leaders and band men, you know, not treating, you know what I'm saying, they're, you know, not doing right by their people. And it's like, bro, it's like, bro, like, you have to make sure you're doing right by people, man.
Oh yeah,
and
man.
Because what happens is when you do right by people, especially when that person is what's on seemingly a lower level, right? Let's just say they get up and surpass you. They're still going to remember you. They're still going to remember when you looked out for them. They're going to remember when you did right. Like the people that I came up under and stuff like that, like the people that did right by me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember all of them, man, and every opportunity that I get, I make sure if I have an opportunity to take care of them, I do it.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember when they looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. There's been people that's come up under me and then surpassed me. You know what I'm saying? That's another one we missed. Shout out to the young homie Jared Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
was on here.
Well, you know what I'm saying, when, you know, he came on the scene after, you know what I'm saying? He came, like, he's been around, but just coming out on the scene after, you know what I'm saying? I didn't treat him whatever information he asked for, I gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? Put him to the side, you know, this is that and the other. Yo, hey, big bro, how you do this? How you do that? I told him, I showed him. Yeah. Treated him right, treated him fair. You know what I'm saying? Now, and then now, you know what I'm saying, there's certain type of gigs that he's getting. You know what I'm saying? Now he's calling me. Yeah. Returning it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happens when you do right by certain people. Yeah. You know. And it's like, I don't know, man, but y'all are too comfortable. A lot of y'all are just way too, and I know I sound like that old grumpy dude, but that old church hurt musician, but I promise I'm not. But it's like, but it's like y'all a lot of times y'all are way too comfortable with letting fuck shit slide, and then there's absolutely no accountability. Y'all let these people do what it is that they do, say what it is that they say, and there's no account, like, and the fact that they can still call the next musician. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
even though the whole, again, when 80% of the DFW community is saying the exact same thing about you, and they can still go and call somebody else.
My question shouldn't be, and I know we have to, you know, take a pause, but my question, maybe it shouldn't be who keeps hiring them, but who keeps agreeing to play with them. That's keeping them going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
because my thing is, if you have all these people who are saying, oh, you know, they suck in everything and they owe me money and this. Okay, why in the music community, and somebody said it in the comments, where you have to stand and stick together and kumbaya. But why y'all not sitting up there saying, you know what? And I'm not saying go to each other saying, don't mess with them, not that catty stuff like that. But if a good percentage of everybody in the DFW area knows about these individuals and they're, you know, crappy.
So I'm gonna say,
like, why would y'all still sit there and say I'm gonna play with?
So two things, right? So two things. So and I'll keep the example to this couple. So when I didn't know anything about him until I got linked up with him, right? So that's one thing. I had never heard of him, whatever. And then, you know, I got linked up with him. Then I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And then it would be like, you know, I would go somewhere, see one of the homies. Hey, you know, what's good? Oh man, just came from this gig. Oh yeah, who was you hitting with? Oh, I was hitting with so and so. Oh, all right. And I'd be like, wait, what that mean? Right.
Man.
Then the next, as a matter of fact, it happened with you and D'Anthony.
Yeah. See, that's now that's one of the things I wish I could have set myself in a mental to do before I start playing with people is to ask around.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that's how you just
how you
like,
know.
oh, it's a gig. I get some work,
Yeah, sound like
or
I
do
need
whatever.
a referral system
But-
or something.
But what happens is even when you get that information, right? Because I'm the type, I don't know why I like poking bears sometimes, but it's like, what I'll do is I may get certain information, but I know how to handle myself, right? And I know how to put myself in a position to where, okay, I've been given the information that I've been given, so now I know how to maneuver a little bit better.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's one, right? Two, there was this for these same people, there was a situation where they needed a bass player. They need the bass player, and we, as a matter of fact, we talked about it on the show. They needed a bass player, so I called Ben. And again, I'm still not knowing who knows them, who they know, whatever. I called Ben, our good brother Ben Parker. Ben was like, yo. Ben was like, I was like, yeah, Ben, this got this gig, so and so and so and so. I bet. I was like, this is a set list. This is her set list. This is what these are her originals, whatever. He looked at the original. Oh, this so and so, bro. They still owe me money.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Did he take
but
it?
he took the gig. But so this is number two when you say why do people still take the gigs? Well, the other part about that, the other part about that was he trusted me. You feel what I'm saying? He trusted me enough to not let, and because he know the type of person that I am. Is like, okay, I'm the middleman, right? So the type of person I am, whatever go on, if I'm the one that unasked you from your lavish surroundings to come help me with whatever it is this is, at that point, your well-being becomes, to me, this is how I think, your well-being becomes my responsibility. So if they're, so the type, and
My brother's keeper.
and everybody who knows me know this is how I am. So now if they mess you over, now I'm their problem.
Right.
I'm going to make sure you good, but now you got an issue with me. You feel what I'm saying? Fact check me. Anybody who has ever worked with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you mess them over, especially when they're one of the resources that I've given to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because guess what? If I call you and they mess you over, that looks bad on me too. You know what I'm saying? That's the asterisk on my end. You know what I'm saying? So while making sure my people are taken care of, I still have to make sure my name is good too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how you do that. It's like, how are you so shitty you piss off Mike Pugh?
Yeah.
And he is such
How do you piss off Mike Pugh?
mellow,
Oh, man.
chill guy.
Yeah.
So for
You know
him
what
to
I'm
be
saying?
mad, it's like, what did you do?
The maddest I've ever seen Mike Pugh was, oh man.
He's a gentle soul for real until you get him now.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's,
Like, oh no, that's the maddest I've ever seen Mike Pugh. How do you piss him off? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And even with that, Mike Pugh, he ain't been in Dallas about a quick weave's worth of time. A rat tail ponytail about a worth of time. He ain't even been here that long.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With these same people, I call, hey Mike, man, they say they looking for, oh man, same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, y'all got the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, yeah.
Same
He
thing.
ain't
You
been
know
here
what I'm
that
saying?
long, boy.
Ain't been here that long, bro. And it's like, and then even with that, man, because and shout out to the good brother Mike Pugh, man. He, of course he's not a native of Dallas, but him and his family has come to Dallas and they've made so much noise, man, and they've done very good things.
Huge footprint.
Yeah.
They've done very good things, man. And it's like, even with that, man, so it's like with you being new in town, if you don't already know people and whatever, even being new in town, coming in town, and that being one of your early experiences, that messes us up for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Now you writing back home saying, oh man, they shady out here, or they this out here. And every music community is gonna have their ups and downs. They're gonna have their good people, bad people, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, yo, okay, It's like, yo, okay, you don't want something like that to be your first impression of what the especially the DFW community, music community. Because I tell anybody, I will put talent wise, especially, I will put us over anybody. You know what I'm saying? My personal opinion, and you know, don't get mad at me, but my personal opinion, the only talent wise, the only community up there talent wise with Dallas is probably Philly.
It's probably who?
Philly.
Okay.
That Philly music scene they different, bro. All of them got beards, the women too. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So it's like, you don't want somebody coming into this community and like the first thing, especially good, like somebody like a Mike Pugh and his family, like good people.
They offer so much.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want something like that coming to this community and help build this community, and that be one of the first things that they experience. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. That's my TED Talk, y'all. That's the I had to get that out my chest, man.
Yeah, man.
I had to get out my chest, man, because and it's not just them, it's a lot of that, man. Even like individuals, man. Individual music, it's a lot of that. Just the lack of business ethic, and I know people like to say, you got to play nice and stuff like that. I get it. There's a way that you can hold people accountable and not necessarily, you ain't got to be messy. You ain't got to, everything that I've said, again, is, even towards them, it's not out of malice, man. Yeah. It's not that. It's just hopefully somebody learns something. Hopefully somebody get that information and say, okay, well, let me make sure that's not me. Let me make sure if I'm the one in that position, let me make sure I don't handle it that way. A lot of what I know and how I move isn't all the way from good stuff the good stuff that I've learned. It's been from the bad stuff that I've learned. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully somebody take that and, learn something from it. But man, it's been a dope conversation so far.
Dope conversation, brother.
Man, listen, DFW Shed Sessions, y'all, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us.
Most definitely.
Hey, but listen, we got a lot more to talk about.
Oh yeah,
we got a lot more to talk about. We got a lot more to discuss or whatever.
We got a lot to talk about too.
That too. So hey, listen. How many podcasts in DFW got commercials?
Hey.
Ha! Suck it. We got commercials. You know what I'm saying? So y'all and even with the commercials and stuff, the ads that we got, man, this is some of those
ads. Okay.
ads. You know what I'm saying? some of those are actually the local homies, man. Some of those people, they got stuff to offer. And stuff like that, even our side ventures and stuff like that. We got stuff to offer. So actually, stick around and check out those ads, man. It's a realtor on there. So the person who does my merch, he on there. You know what I'm saying? So just stick around, check out those ads. We gonna take a real quick break, and we gonna be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Yes, sir.
Already. See, I'm a photographer. You feel what I'm saying? So if they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, it's my job to make sure they hear every last one of them. I got you.
What up, everybody? What's up, fam, man? Y'all are here with your boy, Mr. Music, a.k.a. The Boss. Listen, if you have not, man, definitely go check out my music school. I have a school located in the DeSoto area called Mr. Music School of Music. Check that out, MrMusic.com. I also have a party band from the DFW area, Soulful Sounds Party Band. If you have not, look that up, man. Go follow us on all social media platforms.
Y'all, I finally did it. I finally finished my first ebook, From Overlooked to Overbook, the blueprint to a successful career as a musician. Y'all, I poured my heart and soul over this ebook, compiling information from many years of experience that I feel would be beneficial to anybody who's looking to level up their career as a musician. I got so many topics on there, 10 different topics on there, talking about EPKs, professionalism, the gear to use. Go over to my link in bio, check out my ebook, follow me as I give more daily tips in regards to this topic to your future.
You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You just switched it to a
All right, we are back.
You're
DFW Shed Sessions. I got to say, man, it's been a very great episode.
man.
We've been,
I know I said this before.
yeah, man.
I know I said this before, but I'll say it again. I think this gonna be the one.
Okay.
I think this gonna be the best one.
Hey, man.
No diss to who I said it
Oh.
before with, but
Hopefully
I
next,
mean it this time.
next
Before
week don't
we-
have to do it, man. Yeah, well. So first thing, so make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, DFW Shed Sessions, and also follow us on IG and TikTok under DFW_Shed Sessions, and you could follow us on Facebook at the DFW Shed Sessions FB page. All that good gravy.
Good gravy.
Yeah, good gravy. We sopping it up tonight, y'all.
That's funny.
Yeah, so let's get to these social media a bit. So, Professor Melwell, where can we find you on social media?
I can be found on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram under Professor Melwill. That is Professor MELWILL.
All right. My good brother in the pocket, brother
Yes, sir.
J Ell Groove, where can we find you on social media?
First of all, Ernest Zachary Jr., thank you for tuning in, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, J Ell Groove, Instagram. Who is J Ell Groove and tis I. Also, if you want to ride this funk train, go ahead and follow Funk Your Funk Your Feelings. I got too much stuff going on, man. Follow Funk Your Feelings at Facebook and Instagram. That's FUNKYO Feelings. And then, of course, man, I've started a new venture of photography and videography. So if you want to get some pictures taken or, stuff like that, man, holler at me at Another Groove Project, because that's just another one of my projects, man. You can also find me on OnlyFans and X Hamster and Black Planet. You can find me on Black Planet too, man.
It's something wrong
All
with
right.
you.
Well,
Bo Dove. Shout out to Three, my nephew Three in town, man.
Yep.
Lou,
Oh, who, me? Oh, yeah. So,
Lou, what?
I wasn't on ass.
What are your social medias?
so you can find me on the Lou Paul Beats under Instagram, Lou Paul Beats. You can find me on TikTok, Lou Paul Beats, where I'm doing all kinds of craziness, but with duets and all that stuff. Also, you can find me on YouTube, Lou Paul Beats, and I also have music out you can check out under all streaming platforms. You put in Lou Paul Beats and check out my music, and feel free to add to your playlist. Yep.
Dope.
Yeah, so we're going straight to these segments, brother. What we doing?
Man, listen, we got a recurring segment. We have, if y'all watch the show, man, and like I said, make sure that y'all tune in. You kind of getting our point of view right now. We live, it's just us, but like I said, at the beginning of the show, we said that we've had some amazing guests, man. So we do these recurring segments with all of our guests that come on, man. We just ask them a couple questions, deep dive, and just try to see how they lose somebody. Wow, did somebody say that? Did somebody really say that?
Oh man, I just got sidetracked.
Did somebody really?
Hilarious. Okay, Jason.
That is
Bo
hilarious.
Dove. Oh, that's Bo Dove. Okay. I just saw. Okay. All right.
I got $20 for somebody to stand next to Bo Dove right now and see if he smell like a Cornish hen. $20.
Pat said hamster is still up.
It's still up, brother. Go check it out. But nah, man. But yeah, we do a recurring segment on our show, man. So the first one is top 5, man. I normally ask the guests what's their top 5 something. So our producer, Professor Mel Will, she's actually going to ask us what are our top 5 something.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if we got time to get into it, we might.
Oh, talking about a story from these last gigs. Oh boy.
You got to drink a hen of red.
Oh boy.
Okay. Top 5. I was trying to decide if I was going to give y'all the same top 5 or if I was going to give y'all different. Before we do top 5, I did have a couple of this or that's.
Okay.
That I wanted to spin y'all way. So my first this or that brisket. My first this or that, J Ell, you can answer first and then Lou. So this or that, which one do you prefer? Friday Foolery or RC and the Grits?
Oh, Friday's Foolery all day.
I knew you was gonna
Friday
say.
Foolery all, and shout out to Friday Foolery, man. They're not that entity anymore. They've kind of like branched off and everybody doing their own thing. But just shout out to that whole unit, man. Coming up, they was just that band to watch, man. KJ Gray on bass, Quinn Gray on keys, Brandon Price on drums, Felix on guitar, Jaquay on lead vocals, and they had
Bo said scrub.
that wasn't in the that wasn't in the question, brother. I don't know who that is.
Shout out to Scrub.
Yeah, but I would say real well-rounded, but they're not a thing anymore. They got fired. So but yeah, so I'm Friday and of course this is why I hate. I love this game, but I hate it at the same time, man. Because when you pick one, it sounds like you slighting the other one, and I'm not, because you.
It's
you,
a this or that.
You can't,
so.
but you can't you can't discount a legend like RC. RC is a Dallas legend, man, and what the Grits, what just that his platform, what they just did for the Dallas community, especially like at the Profit Bar, stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Both said funk your feelings or love sessions. That is so messy.
Funny.
That's funny to me.
Oh man. Yeah, so I'm gonna address Bo in a second, but I'm gonna go with Friday's Foolery.
Okay. So Lou.
Same question.
Friday's Foolery or RC and the Grits?
Okay, so I will say RC and the Grits.
Why? I knew you was gonna say
Well,
that.
here's the thing. It's more of a history thing with me with RC and the Grits, because RC and the Grits, I remember when I was first going to Profit Bar back in 2009 all the way to now. So the game from they plan from then to now. Plus, now I've only heard Friday Foolery probably a couple of times. So with me, compared to those two and Friday's Foolery, phenomenal band as well. But I think about the RC and how the game they changed as far as the band, especially bringing like hip hop. I didn't know who J Dilla was until
Really?
RC. Yeah, I knew the music. I heard the music, but I wasn't familiar with J Dilla. Okay, Bobo Dub. All right, man. From the J Dilla to I done lost my train of thought. Dude over here.
All right, Bo, I'm gonna ask you a question. Colorado or Louisiana? He know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah. I'm just saying from like with RC and the Grits, they introduced me to different producers and different areas of music through what they brought playing at places like the Profit Bar. So that's kind of probably one of the main reasons why I will pick RC.
I got you.
Okay.
Bo, to answer your question,
question,
I'm going to funk your feelings all day, brother. No question. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so I was DoorDashing today.
That boy said fat or skinny Lou. Boy,
That's hilarious.
I was DoorDashing today, and I am one of the faithful few. This dude said Nebraska.
Mike Pugh or PJ. Oh,
Stop it.
Now that is
Stop
a
it.
hard one.
That's actually a legit question.
Which one would you pick, Mike Pugh
Pugh.
or PJ? You said Mike Pugh. You ain't just saying that because that's your bro.
I didn't answer yet.
Oh, which one would you take,
Mike just laughing.
Right, Mike Pugh or PJ.
Mike or PJ?
I'm gonna take Mike
Why?
because Mike is
Mike is PJ.
I know, right?
No, PJ is definitely Mike.
They both all in one. Mike, PJ.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Mike because I would go with Mike because and I'm assuming we're just talking about bass, but I'm gonna go with Mike because Mike, while PJ is a monster and he's a beast, Mike, of course with his age and the gigs that he's played, he's more well rounded. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Mike.
Okay, so back to my because I already knew you was going. Back to my my this or that. So I was DoorDashing, and I'm one of the faithful few that still listen to Pandora. And
Bless your heart.
That still exists.
Bless your heart.
and so I was listening. I listened to D'Angelo station, and so Common and Most Def came on. So that's my this or that.
Most Def.
Why?
Cause he not light skinned.
Oh, because Common is light skinned.
Yeah, Erica didn't taint him.
Erica didn't what?
Taint him.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Mike.
funny.
What about you?
Man, that is
Lou?
a good question because I really like
Common
both.
or Most Def?
I really like both of them.
I love
the tough
both of
one.
them.
Yeah, man. I would probably go with Common. Oh, man, that's rough.
PJ know the dance too. We did it. We did it. PJ know it.
Because they both got crazy. They both rhymes with lyrics. It's dope.
So you say Common?
I would say probably far as for hits, I would probably go with Common. But far as lyrics, they probably kind of even.
Yeah.
Or
I have to say Most Def.
bars.
I really think his lyrics kind of edge out Common a little bit to me.
I like Most Def person. He has a lot of more versatile personality. Are we just talking about just the person period or just rap?
Well, I was just talking about the music.
The music,
yeah.
okay. Because I about to say actor, all that stuff. I'm taking Most Def all day, but
I was about to say actor as well. Yeah, Most Def definitely.
yeah,
better
just
than
so I mean, as an overall person, I'm probably gonna go with
and
Most
he's
Def.
funny.
Yeah.
He just like genuinely funny.
If you can move your cursor, man, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, my last this or that. So when it comes to music, which one do you prefer? Melody or lyric?
I'm gonna say melody because I don't hardly pay attention to any lyrics.
And that's a hard one because I ain't gonna lie, lyrics are definitely like Bo. His melodies are like phenomenal, but his pen, whew.
It's funny. But look at that. It's funny.
Y'all acting up. Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson? I'll take Samuel L. Jackson.
I think Denzel Washington.
King Kong ain't got on me.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson might be a little bit more versatile than Denzel.
Me
Really?
too. Yes.
Yeah, like Denzel.
I'll go with Denzel,
I
man.
definitely didn't take him for that.
Denzel is just Denzel in every movie. He's just a different version of Denzel.
But y'all don't think that was Sammy? Because he
No.
yell in every single movie. I promise.
No, I can't stop
every
yelling.
single
That's how I
movie,
talk.
he's always yelling.
Well, when he did some of the Marvels, he didn't really yell in the Marvels.
I had to go back and look at the Marvel.
I ain't gonna lie. He had a Samuel L. Jackson in that first Avengers movie. He had a Samuel L. Jackson moment where he wasn't Nick Fury. He was Samuel L. Jackson. The first Avengers movie where he was talking to the panel and he was like, the panel was like, well, we've decided that the panel has decided that we're going to send a nuke bomb, and Samuel L. Jackson like, well, I decided that was a stupid ass decision, and I decided to ignore it.
You know, it was two movies I thought he was gonna make it. That was Lakeview Terrace and Snakes on the Plane. Now,
Yeah.
Snakes on the Plane. I thought he was gonna have to. All right, that's enough. I had it. I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking
But
plane.
that's an iconic line. That's an iconic line.
Yeah.
But answer my question, Jay.
Which one?
The one melody or lyric?
That's
And you have to you
I know.
can't say both.
I know.
And Bo, melody or lyric?
Right, since he's a
Since you saying all these, you giving us all these this or that, so you got to answer the question: melodies or lyrics.
man. I'm gonna say since I'm more, but I write too. I was about to say, well, even though I do write, I am more of an instrumentator, so I'm gonna go with melody.
Okay.
As far as writing goes, I'm going with Timmy and Travis all day, hands down.
He said they both sound. No, you have to pick one. Do you prefer the melody of a song or the lyrics of a song? By you being a writer and a musician or composer,
But as a writer, he's second to 10 Travis, so
he's second to 10 Travis.
yeah, he's second to 10. I'm taking 10 Travis all day. 10 don't write about being sad all day.
Oh my god!
And his songs are longer than two
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I now that's been my bone with I was about to say Jason with Bo is
Bo write ringtones.
Yeah, he does like ballads, but then
Bo writes songs long enough to answer your phone or not answer your phone. That's it.
I'm like, can you give us more?
You know,
But
nah,
that's always been something that I've wondered why he keep his songs so. But then he has so many songs, so. But okay, no. So I decided to do the this or that.
Also, everybody, make sure we still live, man. We still got a little bit of time left, so make sure you share the podcast as well. Share this live feed, share this video,
Most
man.
definitely.
Let people know. Let somebody know that we talking about them. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Could be you.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be you.
It could be you.
You know what I'm saying?
Bo said lyric. Imagine Twinkle Twinkle Little Star melody with the lyrics of international players anthem. They still eat.
Okay,
I'm still trying to think.
I can hear it, but sure,
I can't hear it.
I can hear it. But it's all good. All right, man. So top 5, Professor Melville. You got a top 5 for myself and Mr. Lou Paul.
Yeah. So.
Lou Draws.
Okay, so Jay. Well, I said you first, so I'll go with Lou. Lou, what are your top 5? have you answered this before? I feel like you have. What are your top 5 party bands?
Party bands.
Party bands.
Can we change that?
No.
Because I really don't have a top 5 party band.
You don't?
Now, I do have a top 5 just bands like killer bands.
No,
I'll
that's
feel
too
better.
easy for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this.
Yeah, I don't like. It's only a couple party bands that I like.
Really?
Yeah, it's only like Soulful Sounds is one of them.
Yes.
But like a party band, like, but then again, when I think of party band, I think of like your Emerald Cities.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff
what
like
I'm thinking about.
And my only thing about party bands is there's this, and no diss to anybody, but there's this corniness that comes with it's like party bands is like the Radio Disney version of all the songs, the Kids Bop of all these songs. This here, like Ice Cold, the Michelle fight for that white gold. This here for those, like they got all these bands.
No, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a funny thing. So my company, we did a Christmas concert last December, and I played it. And I invited my nieces, and they came out to see it. And they're like young, like 19, 20, 21, around that age. So like the songs we did, like after it was over, they like laughing. They're like, all these songs y'all did was old, because they was expecting to hear
Right.
the music they today's music.
right.
I say, yeah, this is a different thing.
Yeah, so
Okay, well then, Lou, I say, what are your top 5 podcasts?
Oh, okay.
that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I would say I like Godfrey podcast, and Godfrey We Can Trust is a good podcast. Corey Holcomb, 5150, of course.
That's definitely it would be on mine. For sure.
I would go with Mike Tyson Hot Boxing is a good one.
That's a good one. You got some bangers.
Talib Kweli has a good podcast. I like his. And one more. Who else? What's his name? It has a good podcast. Ghetto Boys. I like this podcast. Yeah.
They do Scarface and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Jay? Because I know you listen to a podcast as well.
That's a tough one, actually. That's a tough one. We might have to. We might have to block Bo.
Real rocket.
Well-rounded is a party band if your party is a kickback in South Dallas,
Man.
and everybody ready to fight. That's well-rounded. But now, DFW Shed Sessions. That's
okay.
That's I didn't. These aren't in order. DFW.
So it doesn't mean that it's no more. Gotcha.
DFW Shed Sessions. That's one. T-Pain's podcast.
Yes.
Nappy Boy Radio podcast. That's a good one. Definitely Corey Holcomb. Earn Your Leisure. That's a dope podcast. Man, that's 4 already. That's 4 already. Man, all the Drink Champs.
Oh yeah, Drink Champs another good one.
R&B
Yeah.
Money. Yo, have you
Yes.
have you seen R&B
And
Money?
85 South.
Who's R&B? I think
That's
I have.
that's Tank and
That Tank. Yeah. I've seen.
That's a good podcast
And 85
too.
South is a good one too.
85 South, that was a good one. Man,
What is
Kev on Stage, his is good too.
All the Smoke.
who?
Kev on Stage, he has a good podcast.
Whose podcast is that? Where the athletes are coming on there?
I am. So it's two of them because it used
It's
to
the
be.
bright skinned guy with dreads.
Okay, so you're talking about the Pivot.
The who?
The Pivot.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's a really good podcast too. So actually, because so even with them, I was trying to decide between, and I'm talking about like podcasts that I watch like on a regular. I was trying to decide between the Pivot and 85 South. It's one of those. It's one of those too. All of those are good podcasts though. But I said Earn Your Leisure, right?
Yes, you did. I think that was, you already said
I'm gonna go. Yeah, this is number 5. I'm gonna go with and I'm not saying it because Bo said it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say 85 South.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying 85 South.
Well, those were my top 5 questions.
Man, all right. So everybody, yeah, these are our recurrent segment. Like I said, these are normally questions that we would ask our guests. But so the next one that we got is we have a segment called Playing in the Wrong Key. Now this segment is our version of what grinds your gears, and we have thousands of them, man. So as an artist, musician, whatever your industry is, we always ask, what's playing in the wrong key to you? What's a pet peeve that you have? So Lou, what's playing in the wrong key to you?
Playing in the wrong key. Let's see. Mine's is when you get music to learn with a bunch of riffs and you find out you're not doing the song.
So you learn the real.
You're like somebody gonna sing this song tonight. I didn't learn all this 20 minutes, 30 minute worth of licks
what
and
you say?
the
Those
riffs
intros is
of the song. Yeah. Yeah, we all that stuff in. Be like, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this, and it'd be like a 2-chord song.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah.
My playing in the wrong key would be band managers with shitty communication.
You already talked about that. Pick another one.
That was not a playing in the wrong key question. Man, I'm just saying.
Let it all out.
I'm just saying that yeah, because what happens is when there's a lack of a communication, right, or it's bad communication, what happens is you show up to the gig and then there's disarray. There's confusion, there's what I'm saying, it's a little tense, and the only thing you got to say is, yo, be flexible. What the fuck does be flexible mean? Like, what does that mean when you got this information however long ago, you know what I'm saying, and then whatever. So just bad communication, man.
Yeah.
Again, going back to some, stuff that I said earlier, bad communication when it comes to details. When you hire me for a gig, my 4 basic minimum requirements: time, date, location, and pay. If I get time, date, location, and pay, and I agree to it, I'll block out my calendar. Like, don't send me a date and say block out mark this date on your calendar. Okay, what's the details?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, we got a gig on the 19th. It's tentative, but like this was the message. We have a gig on the 19th. Wow.
Oh, I'm about to block you.
Wow.
He said just to play, just to do busted loose. Both say it with your chest. He on you tonight.
And I would assume that Mike got an issue with that because Mike actually learns the songs.
Ooh.
So I would assume that he would have an issue with that with whatever band that he has that issue with. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, to get a message that say, yo, mark your calendars for the 19th. The gig is confirmed. We're doing it, but it's tentative. How is everything confirmed but it's tentative? How does that make that make sense? As the young folks say, the math ain't math. But yeah, man. That would be playing in the wrong key for me.
Man,
that would be playing in the wrong key for me. All right, man. So the last recurring segment, man, we got the Old Faithful. We call this one Gig Tales. So, us being musicians and artists, every one of us got that one. Every one of us got that one experience, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or messy. You know what I'm saying? We got that one gig experience, man. So, Lupa, I'm gonna give it to you again, man.
You want to go first? Or do you want me to
go? Mine is actually a good one. So it depends on what note you want to end it on. Do you want to end it on a positive note, or do you want to end it on
what? You go first because yours don't sound positive
at all.
It's not a negative or positive thing. It's more of a crazy funny thing. So, but I'll go first. So All right, so this I've been waiting to play.
Well, I tell you.
All right, so anyway, this wasn't a gig, but I was with a couple of fellow musicians, and I'm gonna say their names because this is not on a negative intent on them. This was just a crazy situation. So it was me, Big Kevin. Shout out to Big Kevin, drummer, and my good brother Gump. Shout out to Gump.
Well, you got stories for days about Gump. We got to get him on the podcast.
Oh yeah. So we was actually headed to a strip joint.
All right.
Which had nothing to do. So we was headed to a strip joint, and Big Kevin was driving. We was rolling with him. So we stopped at this gas station, and this is in like a pretty rough part of Fort Worth.
The mean streets of Fort Worth.
Yeah. So we stopped at the gas station, and Kevin putting gas in his car. So when he finished, he get back in the car, and some lady, I don't know if she was homeless or what, but she started walking towards the car, and Kevin just started saying, "No." Like,
he know her?
Like,
or?
he already knew what was going to happen.
Wow.
So the lady come to his window. She like, "Sir, I was trying to get a ride to Evans Street." And he's like, "Well, we're not going in that direction." And then she said, "Oh, come on now. We could, you just help a sister out, give me a ride." "Ma'am, we're not going in that direction." "Oh, come on now. You know you give me a ride." "Ma'am, we're not going there." "Oh, well, if it was your fat ass, I'll give you a ride." I'm like, yo.
Hilarious.
Like, this lady not just say that.
Hilarious.
So Big Kevin, he was aggravated by this time, of course. He like, "Ma'am, I told you we're not." And then she like, "Come on, you give me a ride." And she just opened the back door and got in the car.
Wow.
Wait, what'd she tell you?
Wow.
Huh?
What did she tell you?
What'd she say to him?
Oh, that's what she said to you?
Yeah.
What did she say
She
again?
said, "If it was your fat ass, I'll give you a ride." Like, Big Kevin. It's a big dude.
Yeah.
So she got in the car, and unfortunately, she got her ride to
whatever she was trying to go.
Wherever she was trying to
He
go.
had to know her, man. He had to know her. We got to get him on the podcast.
The
Talk
whole,
about it.
the other disturbing thing was that she was sitting right next to me in the back seat, and I'm like, I'm just looking out this way.
That's crazy.
Was this Big Lou or Small Lou?
Oh, this is Big Lou. It was some years ago.
It was tight skin Lucius, not loose skin Lucius.
Tight skin. Man, I got all these names: Big Lou, loose. What was it? Loose skin Lou and
loose skin Lucius, man.
Man, all right. So that's my story for the night. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wanted to do this particular gig too, because I know I probably stirred the pot. I don't give a shit, but I probably stirred the pot a little bit. But I did want to bring some positivity or whatever. So my gig tale is actually about the first time I met Bernard Wright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, which was a super dope situation, man. So so the first time I met Bernard Wright, so this is the night is 4th of July. And anybody who so my father, he passed away on the 4th of July. So that day in particular has always been a tough day for me. For the people who like just know me like that. It's always been a tough day for me. So don't really, well, at first, just trauma, what I'm saying? Didn't, just that whole day, didn't go out, didn't, congregate or anything like that. And then over time, I started dealing with the trauma and stuff like that. And I still wouldn't like go party and kick it, but, I might, actually go somewhere to go get something to eat or, just something like that. Right. So, this particular day, I decided I wanted to hit 8 Airs in Deep Ellum to go get a burger. And this was a Tuesday night, as a matter of fact. So I go out there, and my good friend Stephen Kettner, shout out to Stephen Kettner, he was out there, and I went at 8 Airs. I'm waiting on my food, and he just so happened to come out to Freeman, and he sees me outside waiting on my food. And he was like, hey, Eric, what's good? Man, come hang with us. And he was sitting next to this dude who was dressed bummy as hell. Dressed like, look like a whole bum out here. And if you've been to Deep Ellum, that's not far in between. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Hey man, come sit with us, come kick it with us." And you know, I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm chilling, just trying to get my food or whatever." And Kettner was like, "Yo, do you know who that is?"
Mm-hmm.
And I looked, and I'm like, "Buddy, look familiar," but I was like, I feel like I've seen him before, but he was like, "Dude, that's fucking Bernard Wright." And I was like, "Oh snap! Oh, okay, cool." So of course, you know, me being a musician, I've heard, you know, almost every story, you know, about Bernard Wright, great musician, great guy, you know, had issues or whatever, but still just a you know, good person or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, of course, don't know him personally, but you know, just a cool cat, man. So I go over there and you know, he's sitting in front of me. This is the small side of the free. I don't even remember if the big side was open just yet. I don't think it was, but go over there, you know, get my food, go over there, just, you know, Kettner introduced me to him. And you know, the thing about if you meet Bernard Wright, he has this aura about him to where he's a very he tends to be a bit welcoming. You feel what I'm saying? He's not like we was talking about arrogance and all that stuff for everything that he's accomplished. And like, especially when it comes to like keyboard players and stuff like that, man, a lot of these cats are his sons, man. Yeah. You know, Bernard Wright just paved the way for a lot of, you know what I'm saying, cats, especially like in the Dallas area. So, you know what I'm saying, he's just a real nice, real cool dude. And so that particular Tuesday night, there's an open mic going on, like a singer-songwriter type thing. So not like a live band situation or whatever. It's like a open mic thing. And you know, I was like, hey, you know, I was like, man, so and again, of course, I heard about Bernard Wright, the musician, but I didn't really know much about Bernard Wright, the man, the person. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I mean, so I was like, so are you from Dallas or whatever? And he said something spacey, like, I'm from wherever my feet land and touches the earth. Like he said, I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So of course he's there. So around this time, Bernard Wright, well, not Bernard Wright, around this time, Willie Nelson was real sick. He was really, really sick. And come to find out, him and Bernard Wright are really good friends. So I forgot who was hosting that night, but they asked Bernard, did he want to get up and do anything? And like I said, it wasn't no band anything on there. If you was like a singer songwriter, there was a drum set on stage, and you know, if you want to, you know, if you was a songwriter, you just had like an acoustic guitar or something like that. Yeah. So they brought he said, no, Bo, go bathe your son. But so he said, well, yeah, I'm gonna get up there. And then he looked at me, he said, hey, come play drums for me. Nobody told him that I was a drummer. Nobody told him that I was a drummer. Like, even when Kettner introduced me, he just, hey, this is my friend Eric, whatever. He's a musician around here. That's all he said. He didn't introduce me as a drummer or nothing. So he just looked at me and said, I didn't tell him I was a drummer.
He looked like a drummer. Come on.
Right. And he was like, hey, come play drums for me. So he went up there. He went up there, and he actually, there were no keys up there. He actually grabbed an acoustic guitar and played an acoustic guitar, and he did so in honor of Willie Nelson. Of course, he didn't die, but we, you know, where he was at that time, we thought Willie Nelson was out of here. So he got on stage, man, and he was like, I just want to sing this song for my friend. So he did like this bop version of On the Road Again with the acoustic guitar, and he sung it, and I played drums for him. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, afterwards, so at this point, you know, everything closed. It's 2 a.m. At the time, a good friend of mine, he had a crib in Deep Ellum, and, you know, we still wanted to hang and stuff like that. So we all wound up going over my friend's crib, Jamie Valhalla. We wound up going over his crib. So it's like me, Kettner, Jamie Valhalla, 2 or 3 more people, and Bernard Wright. Jamie got this old, what's that? I don't know why I almost said Kurzweil, but what's that? One of the old Rhodes.
Rhodes or a Rhodes keyboard, a Roland.
Yeah, one of those old
Oh, Fender Rhodes.
Yeah. He had one of those in his crib or whatever. So we go over there, and Kedner has an acoustic, but Nard is on the keys, man, and he's teaching because Stephen Kedner, he's a guitar player, and he's teaching him he's teaching him how to solo but not in key. You know what I'm saying? And he's teaching Kedner how you don't have to be so structured. You know what I'm saying? When you solo, and teaching him and we were playing like Machine Gun, Jimi Hendrix. And he was just like, okay, play that, and then he just as a matter of fact, I still got a video of it. And he's just playing. He just really teaching Kedner how to solo, and then there was a cajon there, so I had the cajon, and I'm just keeping the beat on the cajon, and so of course, so I'm a black dude. Obviously, I'm a black dude. You got these white dudes. You got Nard. So Nard just sitting. He played. He sitting there. He was like, "Now see, y'all got something special going on. What y'all going on?" And that big black motherfucker right there.
Yeah, I see that
playing on that box or whatever. See, that's the soul, man. You gotta see y'all white boys. Y'all cool, but y'all don't really know nothing about soul like that, man. But you take whatever that box that he is. It's a cajon. Whatever that box that he playing on right there, you take somebody like him with you, well, y'all gonna get somewhere, man. Yeah, y'all gonna get somewhere. Why that was a dope bit. Now, the reason that moment was extremely special to me because, like I said, like with what I had been dealing with on the specific day of 4th of July, all of that went away. You know what I'm saying? And Bernard, like, he died without, well, like I said, I'm not going to make it seem like we were just close, but I would see him every now and again, and he remembered me or whatever. I was that big black motherfucker that played that box. But to him, but the fact that like he died not knowing what he did for me that day. And, you know what I'm saying? And if you knew me, if you knew me, you know what I'm saying, even know me now and know what that day was to me as far as the trauma is concerned. How I was on the 4th of July and stuff like that behind my dad passing away on that day, like that wasn't a good day for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the fact that, this dude, without even knowing it, like him just being a good dude, being a good person, being a funny person and stuff like that, without even knowing it, he really helped me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say that was the start of me dealing with that trauma, but that experience meeting Bernard Wright was kind of it was one of those bridges to help be able to, you know what I'm saying, get past that, man. So I will forever have love and respect for Bernard Wright in my eyes, man. So that's my gig tale, man. I got a chance to play some drums for Bernard Wright.
That's
man.
Nice,
so
man.
Man, that's mine or whatever. I had to go ahead and shout my guy out, man. Rest in peace, Bernard Wright.
Yep. So, Professor Mel Will. So, it's been crazy stuff you see on social media, these crazy fights and stuff. And did you still have that? It was a video you had earlier. It was some kind of crazy fight going on.
As a matter of fact, Bo posted that.
Oh, did he?
He shared it.
I'm trying to remember what happened or what led up.
It was
led
two
up
men
to
in a wheelchair, and one man rolled up.
That's I saw that video.
And just punched them, and they just started fighting.
That was hilarious, man.
They just started fighting in the wheelchair.
Boy, hey man, by any means necessary, I guess.
Man, I ain't no punk out
here. The words that came out of his mouth, though, it was just so funny.
He said, "I'm standing 10 toes down." Is that what he said?
We have time to pull it up or nah? If we don't,
we'll save it.
No, we don't have to say that one.
All right, we'll save it.
Too much.
All right, people. Well, this was a great episode, y'all.
Man, DFW Shed, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do this, man. A little bit more often. I know the episodes that y'all.
There we
I know
go.
the episodes. I know the
That was right on
episode. I know the episodes y'all seen, man.
Yeah.
Normally, everything is post production that we do. You know what I'm saying? We chop edit the episodes and stuff like that, man. But we just wanted to. We kind of wanted to just take a second, kick it with y'all, interact with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of let y'all experience what DFW Shed Sessions is. From a live point of view, man, we're gonna do this every so often, a little bit more often, man. Just me and Lou check in with y'all. We'll probably we might go live with a guest or two. Everybody besides Bo Dove. We might go live because Bo.
We might want
I don't know, man. I don't think Bo gonna know how to.
My brother can come on here and he.
Okay, yours can, but mine can't.
I'm talking about Bo.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we'll have Bo
We
Dove.
should have him.
Yeah,
in,
man.
right?
Yeah, shout out to all the people viewing in the comments. Appreciate the
Man.
love, and shout out to also all the group members of the DFW Shed Sessions.
Yes. Shout out.
That's keeping this movement alive when people need somebody, because everybody needs somebody. Come on, somebody.
Are you done?
Huh?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So but we man, this movement, man, we're just getting started. We're just getting started, you know what I'm saying? We new to the podcast game and stuff like that, but my brother Lou Paul, he saw an avenue, and he saw a need. He saw
Everybody needs somebody.
Jesus Christ.
We all need
you know what I'm saying?
somebody.
And it was I get no respect on this show, by the way, y'all. Nobody respects me on this show. But now we just saw that yo, it's really nothing like this specifically for the community. For you know what I'm saying, the DFW Shed Sessions, CT Davis.
Little smoking.
See, that's a dick joke, is what it is. But it's fine. CT Davis, that's definitely another one. We gonna have to get on here, man.
I agree, Bo Dove. You do need censorship.
Man, listen. Like I say, it can't be live. Like CT is another one. It can't be live, man. And man, like and all of these people that's in the comments, man, they definitely family. Man, you got CT Davis. Make sure you follow him. Bo Dove. We had Patrick Stuckey on.
Shout out to Bo Dove for giving me a nice logo. DFW, that logo you see on the screen, that is Bo Dove. He did that. Shout out to Bo Dove.
Shout out to Bo Dove, man. Like I said, Mike Pugh. All of these are talented people. JJ, he was on there. All of these people are talented people, man. DJ Judy B, she was on earlier. Ernest, Gordon, and all 86 more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These are all family members or whatever. Make sure you check them out as well. This is us coming up with another platform to still give other artists and musicians other platforms, man. And we're definitely gonna keep striving to make sure we give out good information, helpful information. Hopefully somebody can benefit for what we got going on over here, man. We just been trying to make it. We've been trying to make it work.
Yes, sir. We got any other words?
Any other words, man?
Any last words?
Any last words, benediction?
Before benediction,
because we got to do the benediction.
reach out and touch.
Why do we have to do the benediction?
Because it's a benediction. Because it's the benediction, man. All right, real quick. So we got like a couple more. We got a couple more seconds. Does anybody watching? Any of the viewers? Y'all got any questions? Anybody besides Bo Dove? Y'all got any questions, comments, concerns?
We can't answer no more Bo Dove questions.
Yeah, Bo can't answer no more questions, man.
You
know what I'm saying?
And y'all better not have me on the show with Charleston White, cause we gon'
tattletale each other.
Man. Yeah, that dude annoying, man.
He is.
That dude annoying.
I second that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, if we ain't got nothing else, man,
Well,
I think this is
this
like I said,
is
this has been a good one.
I guess
Sign
it's
it on.
hard to sign off on a
Normally,
live.
yeah, normally we do this in post, man. So,
yeah.
but it's all good, man.
Bye, y'all.
Hold on,
Keep Mother Jackson in y'all prayers. Okay, she
and see, this is why, and this is why we
Amen.
can't. All right, so I think that let us know.
Let's
time
also
to-
keep. I just want to say this. Let's also keep Sean Martin in the prayers.
Shout out to Sean
Yes.
Martin,
Shout
yeah.
out to Sean Martin, one of the Dallas greats.
Legend, man.
Yeah, just keep him in our thoughts.
Yeah,
And as well as he's not a musician, but he is somebody major in the metroplex, and his name is Ty Ford.
but big homie Ty Ford,
Okay.
man.
Just keep him in the
Keep me in your prayers, and just I guess we can end it on this note since we going to all that, man. Just and we've talked about this on the show a couple of come on CT, we've talked about on the show like one of the things that we struggle with as musicians and entertainers is taking care of yourself, both mentally, physically, and stuff like that. So we want to get to a point to where we can really push mental and physical health, you know what I'm saying, especially on the I mean, not just the community, but you know, everything starts at home, right?
Yeah.
But just everybody, man. So you know, sometimes musicians, you know, maybe lay off that 2 a.m. after gig trip to Whataburger, or you know, that after gig to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I've noticed, man, most man, just like I said, this community is so talented, and most geniuses really struggle with mental health if you pay attention.
Yeah.
Because they have so much going on inside of their head, and it's hard for them to talk to people because most people don't all the way understand what it is that they got going, you know, that they got going on. What up?
Can I tag on to that? Something that Ty said on one of his posts after everybody was looking and making sure he was okay. Well, no, this was before. I'm sorry. He said he understood. Well, we know Ty. He does poetry. He puts on for the communities. He puts on for the entertainment industry. He does the play. Some of you musicians have been a part of his productions, so you know how far his productions go and how intense his productions can be. And he did kind of talking towards the mental health part that you just said. He did kind of go into, you know, how he knew or how he understand how Heath Ledger felt after he played a part, the Joker part, and how it haunted him or how it took a toll on his mental stability. And so he didn't specifically say that's what was going on, but he said he understood. So I say that to any type of entertainment person that's watching this podcast, you know, while those particular roles, or even musicians, when you have to pour into a crowd effortlessly or selfishly, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
When you have to do that, it takes a toll on your mental stability.
That was tough.
That was hard, but it takes a toll on your mental stability. And so especially in the Black community, therapy is not bad. If you need it, go get it.
Yeah, man. Talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be a professional. If you have that one confidant that know, you know, your stuff ain't gonna go nowhere, or you know you can, you know, kind of release, find that one person and release that, so you don't have to go to bed with it.
Yeah.
You know, and even I'll even go as far as to say the anger or the confusion and chaos that you may even experience with other musicians, or you get into it or you get beef or whatever, like try not to go to bed angry, you know, because then it fester and it takes root in your heart and things like that, and you don't know it, but that mess take a toll on you after a while. So that's important.
Yeah, man. And you, like I said, going back to like your physical health, man, like get up, walk. Like even with me, like, you know, of course there was a point in time I could drink anybody under the bus, man. But like even I had to calm down with that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you sit there, you drink the whole gig. You know, you're not getting home till whatever time of the night, and then
you're going home alone. Most cases.
And then so now you drink, you smoke yourself out, and then now you're not waking up till 3 p.m. You haven't accomplished nothing, and then if anything you're having to hurry up and get ready for the next gig. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I mean, you know, of course, I'm not sitting here saying don't drink or don't smoke, whatever. What I'm saying is, everything should be done in moderation. Listen to your body, man. And like I said, this is specifically for the artists and musicians, man. We definitely have to get to a point to where we're taking better care of ourselves, man. Go to the you're not gigging too much to where you can't go to the gym. You're not gigging too much to where you can't go to the doctor. You know, get yourself checked out. It's like put it like this. Like, this is the conversation that I had with myself, right? It got to a point to where I looked up and I realized I put more money into my equipment than I did into myself.
Yeah,
I put more money into my, I put more money into my equipment than I did my physical health. You know what I'm saying? And it got to a point where I was like, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Then, man, it's becoming normal. It's becoming normal to like die in your 30s. You know, your 30s and your 40s.
Pre-diabetic in 30s.
It's becoming like normally that's something that we would hear with our older people. And now
heart attacks at 30 and all of that.
Of course, all of that stuff happens, man. But it's like, just and I'm not saying we all got to walk around here like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but it's like, we definitely, and then what's gonna happen is that's gonna turn you into a better musician. You're gonna that's gonna turn
a better person,
a better person.
Overall,
you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be able to translate on stage. You're not gonna go on stage and get winded. You're not gonna it'll just be overall better, man. So it's like musicians, artists, please get to a point to where you are taking care of yourself a little bit better, man.
I also want to say, as a civilian who comes and support bands, I just want you musicians to know that us civilians that come and listen to you, we do thank you. You guys give us an outlet. Your music, even if it's not your original music, the music you play, the music you sing, the music that you take your time out to learn, the shows that you put on, it's all needed. I loved when the pandemic happened. I didn't like, the results of it, but I love when the pandemic happened because everybody tapped into their creativity and so much healing took place digitally, and so to experience you guys on stage, and I'm saying this for real because that year when George Floyd died, I think, and Funk Your Feelings had a show at, what was that, Club Odyssey?
No.
What?
Odyssey. That was the Pink Lounge.
The Pink Lounge. Yeah. Sorry.
Fuck that other place.
And dang. Okay. Right. But you had
Funk Your Feelings.
you had a gig there, and there was this song.
Oh man, we had church that night.
Bo started it.
No, I started it. Bo
who was playing?
I started that medley, and then they followed me.
Oh, okay. Well, my apologies. Jay started it.
I will not let him have that.
But like the room, I cried. I don't go to clubs, but being in that venue, the music that was played and the melodies that was played, I literally cried. And it was more so taking that experience and then what was happening in the media with the shootings and everything. like music, the things that you musicians do, we need it. Don't think that the late nights, the $50 gigs, the going to gigs just to have gas money, and you using your last gas money just to get there to get more gas money. Like, don't think like none of that is not for nothing. You're really touching people.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, but again, do that in moderation too. do that in
For real.
do that in do that in moderation too. And to her point, that's just another reason why we need to make sure we're in a at least halfway decent headspace, man, to be able to be those. You know, I say, man, music is healing. We're doctors. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot for other people.
Another form of therapy.
Yeah, man,
For
we do a lot for other people, and you know, if we can't do that if we're not where we at least halfway need to be mentally and physically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just let's make sure we, you know, do better to take care of ourselves and stuff like that, man. So yeah. Other than that, man, this is a DFW Shed Sessions podcast,
Yep.
man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. Funk, no. It's funk. Not only moves, it removes, sir. But sure, music does it too. But man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. It's been another one, man. We got Lupile Beats in the building, man. We got Professor Mel Will, Tiz I, J Ell Groove, man, and we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Yeah. And don't forget, everybody. Don't forget. It ain't gonna suck itself. It is not gonna suck itself.
You don't have to say it twice.
So nice, I had to do it twice. And one more time for the Holy Ghost.
No,
it is not gonna suck
bye, y'all.
itself.
So one more time for the Holy Ghost.
Talk to y'all later. Peace.